Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, and we do have a sort of big weather event. It's just because everybody's going to be heading to the polls tomorrow. But I think the more I look at this, and you're looking at the HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh off of weatherbell.com, but the more I look at this, the more I think this is going to be in the morning, which will limit the severe weather potential. It's still going to be there. But if this were to come in during the afternoon with heat and instability, I think it would be a lot worse. But the fact that this is coming in the morning limits the severe weather potential. But I just want to show you we're going to be getting some moisture return. Temperatures may actually rise a little bit tonight or be very, very slow to fall. Let's just move this forward here to 4 a.m. Rather, this is at 3 a.m. You're getting what's called a mesoscale convective complex of thunderstorms developing here. The area of low pressure. It's like a small scale cold front is what this is, with the area of low pressure here, the cold front extending from there like that, warm front like that, and here as these dive towards the east and the southeast, the primary threat with something like this, if this, and again this is a big condition, if this computer model is correct, it's just one piece of the puzzle, the main threat with this would be wind. There could be, with some of these cells, some hail with it, but I would think wind would be the primary threat. And when you watch this on radar, you're going to see a circulation in the radar pattern back here, and then down here you'll see this. It's like a small scale cold front here. And what happens is this comes through with a gust of wind and some rain, and then it quickly cools off when it passes you by. But again, wind would be the main threat. So that by 6 a.m., according to this one piece of data, so it's never going to be perfect, that area of low pressure, that little spin is up here, and then you see like a trailing cold front, small scale cold front here, and it would be gusting out at this time. These things tend to get going and become strong at night, and then during the early morning hours, they have a tendency to, these type of events, they have a tendency to collapse, and send out a rush of air, and they collapse, and then they regenerate once you get the heating of the day going, but that's going to be east of Arkansas according to this. So rain and wind here with this, and then as it passes by, see this is at 6 a.m., and then this is at 7 a.m. You see we got the rain, and that you see it shows that weakening as it moves through the metro and into eastern and southeastern Arkansas. The model is showing redevelopment out here, and I'm not saying that's not going to happen. There could be some rain, but it's hinting at thunderstorms here, and I have a sort of a difficult time believing that, just because the air will be more stable back here. So let's see if that actually does happen. But the cold front is still off towards the north and the west. This is out ahead of the cold front, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. And then see how that moves away. This right here, this leading edge of this wind here, once the atmosphere, the lower levels of the atmosphere start to heat up out here in Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, those areas, this will fire up again, but it'll be east of the state. And then you see it's still got rain going at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then it should be out of here. That, I believe, and we'll check on that in just a second, is most likely the frontal boundary will sweep it all east. So the best chance for rain, I think, will be in the morning hours. So now let me switch over to meter temperatures. And this really shows, these are surface temperatures. This really shows you, this is at, let's see, 4 a.m. There's the leading edge of the thunderstorm. So you go from 60s here to 40s back here. So it's a cool rush of air, and it stabilizes the air. Notice how the temperatures, you'll see a sharp boundary up here. That's the actual cold front. So this is all ahead of the frontal boundary. And it's as plain as day here. You're 60 in Little Rock at 6 a.m., 61 in Pine Bluff, according to this model. So you see this boundary here with that's the leading edge of the thunderstorms, then 54 in Hot Springs, 54 degrees Mount Ida. And if I switch to simulated radar, you're going to see right here, you're going to see that's where the line of thunderstorms is. There it is. See what I mean? So let's go back to so there's that. This is the cold front. So this is at 9 o'clock, and temperatures are in the 50s, so it's more stable here. So I would expect some rain, but as far as thunderstorm redevelopment, But there's the main cold front right there, and that's going to kick everything off towards the east. So you can see a sharp contrast in temperatures, 50s here to lower 40s there. So the Storm Prediction Center does have this part of the state in a slight risk for severe weather for tomorrow. So and parts of, I believe, northwestern. I can look at that real quick, and I think we should. So let's do that without any further ado. It's got northwestern Arkansas in a marginal, less than, it's not that big of a deal. Whoops, what did I do? Did not mean to do that. There we go. Let's go back and then look here, and then you see they've got this part of Arkansas here in a slight risk for severe weather. I've got a feeling, yeah, we'll have a small risk, but it's more likely later in the afternoon east of Arkansas. So that's the way I see things playing out right now. If you haven't voted early, as far as voting is concerned, watch radar tomorrow morning, watch daybreak with meteorologist Melinda Mayo. Some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms will be possible with some gusty winds and maybe some hail. And you can never rule out an isolated tornado. It's going to be March at that time, but that threat is very much on the low side. But you can never discount it. But anyway, the best chance for rain will be in the morning. So if you want to avoid the rain, again, watch radar, download our KTV weather app, and then the best and the driest times may be from noon later in the day. Just watch the radar. We'll keep you updated, of course, on social media as well. Have a great day, everybody.